We're going to take a look underneath the Lincoln and see what's been accomplished since the last video. One significant thing is since the last video, we got this car running well and started to drive it on the road, and that meant that we filled it up with gas. And filling it up with gas, we discovered that there was a leak in the tank up high, and in addition, the sloshing of gas in a full tank precipitated a kind of a rain of rust and crud and sediment to the bottom of the tank, which, you know, obviously would be an ongoing problem if we didn't deal with it. So what you see here is actually a new recreation tank in here. It's obviously not leaking anymore. And the changing of the tank actually exposed something else that I think you'll find interesting. So if you look up here, this is all the undercoat, such as it was, that this car left the Ford factory with. And if we move around, see how there's no undercoat left down here? The reason for that, almost certainly, is that this tank had been leaking slowly up high on this seam here, and the leak was coming back, and so you had fuel streaming back, and that would have softened the old tar undercoating and just kind of melted it away over the years. And that's what you see, because the car's still got undercoating outside of the slipstream of the gas tank, but in the slipstream, it's all gone. And in looking at that, we saw something that's really remarkable for an old Lincoln. And just look at this. See, you're looking here at the original spot welded seams from the Lincoln factory. This is all original paneling as best we can tell. This hasn't been repaired, it hasn't been remade. Look at the insides of your fenders. And I just, I hope that you can appreciate, here as we are in New England, how incredibly rare it is to see this. This isn't a car that's had the rust fixed. This is a car that never had the rust. And we see the same thing as we go forward under this car. It's really, really remarkable. So now going back to what else has been done recently, we've made a new exhaust system. So you can see the exhaust system's all handmade and it's tucked in there. You can't really buy this stuff to fit like Lincoln intended, but we can certainly make it. This tube here is the overflow that will dump gasoline. If you overfill the car, it'll dump it safely below the muffler. As we move forward, you can see here are some relatively recent new rear brake pipes that were put on during a previous repair effort. And here you see our new piping. It's dual exhaust all the way to the very back. You can see that runs forward, and really all very nicely fabricated. The majority of this is bent and welded, so it's a nice, tight, leak-free fit. You can see the transmissions all cleaned up and serviced. I had shown that before in the last video. As we move forward, I had previously shown that we were going to be working on the steering box, and there it is from the bottom, rebuilt. You can see all the hardware on the front end, the tie rods and such. All that hardware is bright and shiny because it's all been apart to align the car. You can see the the brake work that's done up here in front, and here we are just looking from the front of the car, and once again, look at this metal. This metal's got surface rust, but 99 out of 100 Lincolns this age, that stuff had been completely rusted away and gone decades ago, and it is really all intact in this car. So it's a really cool thing. And just looking at the underside here, you can get a further glimpse into all of the work that we've all put in to make this car into a good driving old vehicle once again.